Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thank you for being here with us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Geez, Keith, what happened over the weekend? Holy mackerel. Water weight gain, bee sting. I don't know, but you're looking a little bloated.
Am I?
Just a little.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, well.
It also sounds like you swallowed a frog, maybe.
Easily.
Is that possible?
It is possible, yes.
Okay.
It is possible. And it's also
I hate
possible
when that
I'm
happens.
not Keith.
Oh, wow. I didn't consider that possibility. Huh. Well, that's weird. All right. Obviously, Jeffy in for Keith today. Friday and today. Keith took like a 4-day weekend for some reason. Nobody knows why, where he went, what he's doing. And frankly, we don't care. So, our brand new bingo card available today. Can you pin this to the top of the Twitter page?
I believe it already is.
It already is there. Okay. Well, we start in the upper left-hand corner with Putin price hike. We'll say that sometime during the course of the week, perhaps. Then you got Keith. Am I right? It's the third square is us ruining a heartwarming story. Then we have this wonderful thing from Patricia Cullors of the Black Lives Matter organization.
We are trained Marxists.
Okay, we are trained Marxists, which made for a great organization, didn't it? Then Jeffy saying,
Would you? Do you? Is it?
All right. Jeb Bush.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Please clap.
Jeb Bush, is he running again?
He is not.
Oh, no.
Well, not yet.
Not in the luck.
Who knows? I mean, I think he'd be embarrassed to run again because he was crushed last time.
I did see where Chris Christie is mulling the idea.
Oh, get out of here. Really?
Yeah.
He hasn't taken enough of a beating yet?
I guess not. He said he would decide.
Christie?
I heard this morning that Chris Christie said he would give everyone his decision in 60 days.
Oh, and we're all waiting with bated breath. Will he run or won't he? Ooh. Wow, I'm all a tingle that Chris
Right?
Christie might run. Ooh. Remember when we liked him?
I do, as
Yeah.
a matter of fact.
We did
I
Chris
do.
Christie porn
All of
back
it,
in the day when
yes.
we were in New York before we knew
Yes.
who he was and what he. It's kind of like the Dan Crenshaw thing, right? He started out
He did start out
really
strong,
good,
real strong.
and then suddenly not so much.
I'm depending on your son.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Dan Crenshaw.
I gotta understand.
Depending on your son.
I understand.
Yeah. All right. So we got the Obama tooth whistle.
Whistle.
That thing. And then we have this from What's-Her-Face. I'm going to get me a beer.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to get me a beer.
Jeffy makes an appearance.
Oh, Jeffy Jr.
Jeffy Jr.
Jeffy Jr. That stupid
makes an
pig.
appearance. Oh, what is it?
Is that the?
Oh, is it the pig?
Is this Jeffy Jr.?
Oh, okay. Yes, that must be. That's hilarious. It is, isn't it?
It is. No, I
That's
said
funny.
it's funny.
That's funny,
That's
right?
what I said.
Yeah. We all know you like it. Then something about Mega Doppler in there somewhere. Jeffy, of course, then says,
What do I say? Oh, maybe it's just me.
there you go. Thank you.
Maybe it's just me.
Who doesn't love a
Lost
yellow
my place.
school bus? From What's-Her-Face? Kamala Harris.
Another what's her face in our
Another
administration.
What's-Her-Face. Yep. And it sounds a little something. Perhaps it doesn't sound like that. We'll find
No,
it
we
for
don't
you.
know. We'll find
Eventually.
it.
We'll find
We
it.
know she says it.
Yeah.
Or she said it.
Then I can't take it. That's almost a free square.
That is.
That happens all the time. We got Whispering Joe. We'll play a little something where it gets, really serious and whispers. Keith mentions U2. All right. It might be even easier if it were the Connells, but then we got Lying Sack. You can't make this up. Dr. Jha on masks.
There's no study in the world that shows that masks work that well.
No study in the world. What are the administration's officials on COVID-19? No study in the world
course.
shows that masks are that effective. Thank you. Yeah, which is something we knew from the beginning, but it's nice to hear, All up in here. Then we have, you look weird, your nanny looks weird. Is that you, Martin?
Oh, no.
No? You don't have it? Oh, you don't have it. Do we have that, Kayla? Do we have, you look weird, your nanny looks weird? We'll have to find that one, too, maybe.
No.
Keith pushes an animal video. That happens about 12 times a day. Then we got Ribbit from the Big Frog. Sounds like that. We talk about the Mark of the Beast. Jeffy saying,
that's a big guy show.
That's a big guy show. Yeah, going to be about 400 to 600 pounds
Not
in
necessarily
order
what
to
I mean
watch
when I
that
say
show. And then we explain something to Judy, who takes everything a little bit too seriously.
No doubt.
If she's still listening, and that was, I don't know what,
That was a
years
long time ago.
That was a long
time ago.
And I don't believe we've heard from Judy since.
No.
Since we started making fun of Judy.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, I don't believe.
I believe it was during that particular show.
Yeah, I think she left us. We lost her. Would be my guess, but I'm not positive.
We don't know. Judy could still
Judy,
be out there.
If you're still listening, give us a call because we'd love to hear from you.
Would we, though?
See if you're still out there.
Okay.
Somewhere listening because
All right.
She was fun. Judy was.
She meant well.
She did.
Bless her heart.
We played that, I don't know, I bet it was a year ago we played it again just to remind people of how Judy took
Judy
everything
call.
really seriously.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure she enjoyed that as well if she was around.
if she was around, I'm sure she enjoyed that a great deal. All right. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. The House on Friday passed the Parents' Bill of Rights Act, which is a really key part of the Commitment to America pledge by Republicans. The measure passed 213 to 208, so it goes to the Senate now, where I'm guessing it's going to die a fairly quick death. But here's what Kevin McCarthy said. Empowering parents and promoting the well-being of children is a top priority of the House Republican majority. That's why the Parents' Bill of Rights was a critical piece of the House Republican commitment to America. The legislation aims to ensure parents have the right to know what's being taught in schools and to see reading material. And they have the right to be heard at school board meetings without being investigated by the FBI.
Huh.
Quite a concept, isn't it? Wait, parents have that right? You can show up at a school board meeting and express your opinions?
Say your piece?
What? However, the bill faces, obviously, an uphill challenge of passage in the Democrat-controlled Senate. Because why would you want parents to have any say at school board meetings or to know what their kids are being taught in school?
Well, Pat, they are dubbing this bill Politics Over Parents Act. So
the Politics Over Parents Act.
Yeah, not the Parents' Bill of Rights.
Okay.
The Politics Over Parents Act.
All right.
So you know how terrible that is.
Terrible.
Terrible.
And House Democrats, by the way, are calling it fascist. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, called it fascist. Okay. It's fascist to allow parents to know what their kids are being taught at school? Really? The rights of parents have just gone right down the drain.
That's for sure.
When it comes to Democrats, they don't believe that parents should be able to have any input into their child's education. None.
Or their health care, for that.
Or their health care. Right. They're trying to keep it secret from parents if the child is transitioning to another gender at school.
Right.
Don't tell the parents, kids. Shh. It's like a conspiracy against parents. It's hard to believe that we've come this far because in the 90s, in the early 2000s, you couldn't imagine a world where parents are kept in the dark about their kids' education or their kids transitioning at school, anything that's going on with their kids, they don't have the right to know about? Wow. Really bad. Really, really bad. And now they're trying to spin it as fascism. If you want the parents to know, if you want parents to okay certain things that their kids are being taught.
You want the teachers to say, here, this is what we're teaching your children in our classroom. That's fascist? Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay.
It's just really crazy. And if that's the case, then your kids shouldn't be in public schools. You know, I mean, I know we say that all the time, but if you haven't looked into homeschooling as an option, maybe you should. Maybe it's time.
I mean, it's a tough road doing that, and
It is.
It's tough, even if you homeschool.
It is.
I mean, I can't imagine.
I know.
I can't imagine what it would be like if my children were actually in the school.
Yeah, in public
today's
schools.
world. Yeah.
No.
Holy cow.
I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. They're just being indoctrinated in schools now, and so it's difficult to homeschool. Not everybody, I guess, can do it, but there's all kinds of help for you available if you if you're considering it, and you just have to go online and Google it. It's not that tough. I'll give you my wife's phone number. She'd love to talk to you about it.
Would she?
She'd love to. Yeah, let me give
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, later on I'll give out my wife's cell
That's
phone
awesome.
number because she'd be really happy, I think, with that. She does love to talk about it though, and she does love to help people with it. And I mean, most homeschoolers are like that, where they want to share. They want to share because they want you to discover what they discovered. So yeah.
Let's call her out.
Yeah, let's give her a call.
Maybe we could just talk to her now.
It's 6:12. She should get out of bed right now,
If
right?
she's not in the kitchen making breakfast for the family,
Right.
there's an issue.
Right?
I mean, maybe
And-
the issue is you're not there.
And
I'll give her a little break.
Where's the cookies, though? I mean, that's
Thank
got to
you.
start early, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you.
Where are the Kexi cookies?
Those things
being
don't make
pumped out?
themselves.
They sure don't. Get your butt out of bed and get to the kitchen because we got cookies to make for Easter. All right?
Thank you.
And delicious ones. You can go to Kexi.com, by the way, and check that out. Type in the code Jeffy18, the Jeffy. Is it the Jeffy 18?
Yeah, the Jeffy 18, right?
The
Yeah.
Jeffy 18 for 18% off.
Or maybe it's just the Jeffy.
Is it the Jeffy 18? Yeah, it is. It's just the Jeffy.
Yeah, just the Jeffy.
And you get
18%.
18% off your order. All right. Kexi.com. KEKSI.com. 888-900-3393. ESPN honoring Leah Thomas for Women's History Month. Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So they picked a man to honor for Women's History Month.
Leah identifies as a woman.
Yes, they do. They identify as a woman. However, they're not a woman.
Well, yet.
He's
getting there.
Do you know if they ever plan to be?
Actually, I don't.
Have anything lopped off to?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
if it
either.
does or not.
Are you gonna make that transition, or are we just gonna identify the whole time?
I'd like someone to ask me. I don't know that that's ever been asked.
Not that I know of. But it's interesting that men continue to be honored for all of these
It's overwhelming.
women awards. It's bizarre. So ESPN yesterday honored former University of Pennsylvania swimmer Leah Thomas as part of a Celebrating Women's History Month segment. The segment brought up Thomas's transition from male to female, her win at the NCAA championships, and competing amid criticism from the swimming world. From the haters.
Yes.
From the
God.
bigots. From those people who are just so insensitive and not inclusive. People will say, oh, she just transitioned, so she would have an advantage so she could win. But she said, I transitioned to be happy. Oh, isn't that nice? Aww. That's nice. So she just transitioned to be happy, not to win women's sporting events. So shut up about it. Yeah, sure. She was the 462nd ranked man in the country in college swimming. and then became the number one woman's swimmer in collegiate swimming. But that's just, I mean, that's ancillary. That's not why she did it. Thomas's participation in NCAA women's swimming during the 2021-22 season sparked a growing debate over the fairness of transgender women competing against biological females. She became the first transgender woman to win an Ivy League championship and later an NCAA championship in the 500 free. But the wins didn't come without scrutiny and put a sharper focus on the governing bodies of various sports to set rules regarding transgender athletes' participation. Recently, World Athletics, we just talked about this on Friday, said it would exclude transgender female athletes who have been through male puberty from world ranking competitions. Okay? World Athletics' Sebastian Coe said the organization's decision could be guided by science. You think? Decisions are always difficult when they involve conflicting needs and rights between different groups, but we continue to take the view that we must maintain fairness for female athletes above all other considerations. How about that? Why aren't more organizations doing the same thing? Why aren't they paying attention to the women involved here? Sebastian Coe said...
disregarded them.
Yeah, you just forgot about them. We'll be guided in this by the science around physical performance and male advantage, which will inevitably develop over the coming years. As more evidence becomes available, we will review our position, but we believe the integrity of the female category in athletics is paramount. Huh. How about that? Meanwhile, I'm looking for we just had a story about, who was it that said, it was NPR. NPR said that there's scant little evidence that men have any physical advantage over women. Wait, excuse me? What? National Public Radio was ridiculed for claiming that there is limited scientific evidence that men have a physical advantage over women in sports. That's why, again, all right, you've got the rankings involved with Leah Thomas as a man and then as a woman. That's one example. But you also have the maybe the greatest female tennis player to ever play the sport. Back in 1998, it was what is her name? Williams, Serena Williams. Serena Williams. Back in, I believe it was 97 or 98 when she was in her prime, played the 202nd ranked man in the world and lost badly to him. I believe it was 6-1, 6-2. And that's a pretty wide margin.
Beating.
Yeah. For the number one woman to play the 202nd ranked man, just a little evidence there for you, too.
It could have been an unlucky day.
You know, it could have
been tired.
Maybe. And by the way, she said there's no way that a woman could beat a man in tennis. I mean, Serena Williams admitted that.
Right.
And it's a proven scientific fact. The article, though, was in response to the World Athletics Council, the governing body for international track and field, barring transgender athletes from competing in events designated for biological women. During a press conference, we already told you what Sebastian Coe said, but he added, however, in order to do further research into our transgender eligibility guideline, we'll be establishing a working group whose remit will be to consult specifically with transgender athletes to seek views on competing in athletics, to review and maybe commission additional research where there's currently limited research, and to put forward recommendations to council. So I guess they're going to continue to debate it and think about it and try to decide what to do with transgender athletes. I think the best thing you can do is like that soccer league did, and that's create a separate category for them.
You have to.
Why don't you just do that?
But that's not good enough.
It's not.
It's not inclusive enough to have your own separate category.
No, it's like the bathrooms. They insist.
Yeah.
No, I want to go into the bathroom I want to go into. No, why don't we create a bathroom for you or a locker room for you?
No, we can't do that. No.
Nope. We're going into the women's locker room.
I was trying to see if Leah Thomas had even begun any kind of operation or surgeries, and there's a story that pops up that where they were complaining that Leah was undressing in the women's locker room.
Yeah.
With the male genitalia showing.
Yes.
So
yes.
apparently that surgery has not taken place.
No, not when you're dangling your dingleberries.
And we don't know that. I mean, might not be much dangle left, but I don't know that.
Who knows? I mean,
I wasn't in the locker room.
Well, and it was Riley
Gaines.
Riley Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines. Yeah,
who was talking about her teammates being in the locker room with her, and they were all like offended by, they've got to see a man unit there dangling
and
out.
Everybody says tough.
Yeah, too bad. Deal with it. You know what? We'll get you some therapy if you don't like to see a penis in your locker room. We'll get you some therapy so that you can deal with it. I mean, how is that possible?
I don't know.
How is it possible that you don't protect women at all anymore?
They
really amazing.
Nothing. They mean nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over.
It's how powerful the trans community is right now. They're just all powerful, and there's no going up against them, really. And that's why it's kind of impressive and amazing that the World Athletics Association did what they did.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty amazing.
That's a pretty strong stand for them.
Yeah, it is.
We'll see how that goes over, but
Yeah, and we'll see, because they said they're going to continue to review. So will they stick with it?
That's their
I don't
out.
know.
Yeah, that's their
it is their out. Well, we're going to continue to look into it. Meaning, if we get enough, pushback, enough blowback, we'll probably change it.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to protect the women.
There's protesters out front of my house tomorrow. We're changing it.
And that's what they do. Or if we see too many negative comments on Twitter, we're going to change it.
We're changing it.
We're going to just change it.
So I see your boys. Your boys didn't make it.
My boys. My boys in the Big 12 conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you belong to the Big 12.
Right. No, they did not make it.
Are they officially in the Big 12 now?
The official date, I think, is July 3rd or something. Oh. Yeah, it's coming this summer.
You're not part of it yet.
It's after this school year, so it's in the summer. They're official.
Okay.
So it's coming. But they're about to be my boys.
So it's possible it doesn't happen.
It is possible. It could. Who knows? But, the Elite Eight took place over the weekend, and both Kansas State and Texas lost.
Alabama, too.
Alabama lost. A number one seed. This is the first time since, I don't know, a good long time that there hasn't been a number one seed in the Final Four, right? Isn't it 20 years or something?
It's been a long
maybe
time.
Even longer than that. I think it was 2003, maybe. So the Final Four, there's no way you could have predicted this.
Yeah, no.
There is no way. Florida Atlantic, a 9 seed, made it all the way to the Final Four. And they will play San Diego State. There's another team I would have never guessed made it to the Final Four. It's their first time ever.
It's a shame they have to play each other.
Yeah, it is.
I'd like to have a chance to reach the finals, but oh well.
And then on the other side of the bracket, you've got Miami versus UConn, who
UConn's been destroying some people. They've been playing great.
Destroyed Gonzaga.
Playing great.
Wow. Yeah, they crushed Gonzaga. And meanwhile, San Diego State beat Alabama. Pretty amazing. Miami beat Houston, which was the number one team in the country all year long. And then Florida Atlantic beat Kansas State. San Diego State then went on to beat Creighton.
I didn't catch. That's the only. I was looking online and I saw the alert come up that they were like 17 seconds left in the game and Kansas State was losing, and I was like, what?
Were you bummed for my boys?
I was bummed for your boys because the Big 12 used to be before we moved up to an actual conference. The SEC, the University
they used to be
Missouri.
your boys.
Yeah, they used to be my boys.
Right.
Well, not so much Kansas or Kansas State, but the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so I flipped over real quick to catch the last bit of that Kansas State game. That hurt. Man, they didn't even shoot at the end. They were down by 3. They tried took the ball out and just clock's out. It's over.
Yeah, it sucks.
A nice day.
Wow.
They didn't even take a final shot. At least take at least take a shot.
Yeah, but they couldn't.
Nothing.
Couldn't get it off.
Nope.
Just incredible, though. An incredible Final Four. So you got a 9 seed, a 5 seed on one side of the bracket, and a 4 and a 5 on the other side. That's got to be the biggest upset bracket of all time.
Yeah.
Has to be. I mean, you don't have a 1 through 3 seed anywhere in the Final Four.
Well, what was UConn? I mean,
4.
Yeah, okay.
4 seed.
I mean,
Yeah.
UConn's been, they're always really good.
Yes, normally.
I don't know what their I didn't realize what their ranking was, but they always have a pretty darn good team.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Both men and women.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible.
I saw where they had a real struggle in Vegas when they arrived.
UConn did?
Yeah, their hotels rooms were not cleaned. They had been partied in. One of their tour buses got broken into and stuff stolen. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They had to move them to another hotel in Vegas, and the coach is like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's not a problem. It's okay. We're not worried about it." And obviously, they weren't. They weren't.
They didn't worry about it. So good for them. I mean, they, like you said, they were destroying teams in this tournament.
They certainly were.
Because most of these games were really close and
Yes.
And really tough games, but they kind of sailed through their
Yes,
bracket.
they did.
So
Every time you look up, they're up by 20.
yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
So I
Don't worry
would
about that game.
I would think they might be the favorites from here on.
I would guess that, yes.
You know, so we'll see. 888-933-93. Yeah, we'll see.
I know. Miami's been playing great, too.
So really, you've only got. I mean, you've got. Well, okay. The ACC is represented with Miami,
Right.
and you got the Big East with UConn. But other than that, Florida
That's
Atlantic.
still the Big East?
Yeah, it is
In basketball.
In basketball, they don't have football anymore.
No, they don't.
But I have no idea what conference Florida Atlantic is in. But of course, San Diego State's from the Mountain West. So, I mean, not really even the big. There's no Big 10 team. There's no Big 12 team. There's no SEC team.
Right.
It's pretty amazing. Really interesting bracket. And just there's no way that anybody could have guessed this. No way. Which is why you've never had a perfect bracket in the history of the NCAA tournament. It's virtually impossible. It was listed, I think, a 1 in 1 quintillion chance to get a perfect bracket.
Perfect bracket. And the brackets were shot
right away.
early, yeah.
Mine was, anyway. Mine was done like day one.
It was?
So,
Day one?
yeah, pretty much
yours?
day one.
I hung out for a day.
I had Kansas winning it all, and I think they lost in the second round, maybe. And so
you're done.
day two actually
you're
was
done.
I was kind of done.
Good. They're Florida Atlantic's Conference USA.
Conference USA. Okay. All right. Incredible. I mean, that's really amazing. Who would ever guess? You'd have to be quite a Florida Atlantic fan to pick them to be in the Final Four.
And even if you did take Florida Atlantic to reach the Final Four, the other brackets screwed you too.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so
for
you're
sure.
long gone. Have a nice day.
Yes. By the way, another time traveler is making some predictions here. We had a time traveler last week predicted, I think Wednesday was going to be the end of the world for humans because aliens were going to invade.
It was Thursday.
It was a Thursday? And they were going to kill all but 8,000 of us on this planet. That did not happen.
The good guys were destroyed by the bad guys who were coming to kill us.
Right.
But what was left of the good guys was going to save 8,000 of us.
8,000.
Get us out of here.
Yeah.
Now, I would say that there's an argument to be made. I know you're going to tell us is there a new death date?
No. I don't know
okay.
if this is the same time traveler, but this is a time traveler from the year 2714.
Okay.
And he has come back to tell us that a global pandemic will come from a virus in melting ice caps and infect 350 million people.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Hopefully the same thing happens.
That's going to happen next year.
The same thing happens to this prediction that happened to the last one.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, we'll see.
One could make the argument that perhaps by telling us we're changing history.
Either that or they're not really time travelers. I'm not sure which it is.
What?
I know, right?
What?
I know.
Unleashed.
right, got some tweets here. Bill Hall tweets, my dog was glad we rushed our walk so we wouldn't miss the open of the show.
Oh, awesome.
I'm glad too, Bill. I'm glad too. So your dog and I have some things in common. Carol Remarks tweets, I have a right because I'm the freaking parent. How about that? I don't need some parent's Bill of Rights to tell me that. Thank goodness my kids are grown, though. Yeah, that's what I'm thankful for, too. Because, geez, it's tough right now. Wifey tweets, when my kids were in school, they wanted parents to be involved. Right? Now they're mad they are. Very true. Tamara B., parents don't have the right to know what their kids are being taught in schools. Would it be okay if they were being taught the Bible and the Second Amendment? Of course not. No. They'd have to put up a stop to that. Carl Smith tweets, who would have thought ESPN would celebrate Women's History Month by telling women their history?
Boom.
It's a great line.
I mean, they are.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And it's a man's world. Get over it.
Uh-huh. I'm only here for the popcorn tweets. Just a wild theory, but if sports entities remove trans women athletes from the possibility of ever competing against biological women, the rush to transition will come to a screeching halt. Tyler Morgan, radical restorationist, tweets, San Diego State is my only pick for the Final Four that made it. Wow, that's a nice job picking them. Picked SDSU versus Duke and Iowa State versus Kansas for the Final Four. Yeah, all the heavyweights lost early. You know, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina didn't even make the tournament this year. It's a weird year.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah, a
Pretty
weird
incredible.
year.
I mean, your boys on Kansas State.
Yeah, from the Big 12.
They lasted quite a while.
They did well. I think, was it the Elite Eight?
They might have made it to the 16th. Did they make
Somewhere
it to eight or no? It was.
I think they were in this in the
was the
Elite
eight,
Eight.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
That was the Saturday night game. Yeah, that's the one I tuned in on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were still there. So, I mean, Elite Eight. That's not bad. That's not
No,
bad.
I mean that's good for people that are Big 12, fans.
Right. Right. And you know me, I've been a Big 12 fan forever.
I do.
I go way back with the Big 12. The Big 12 and I like this. All right. It is time for the Fat Five.
Really? All right. The Fat Five. The Chewing the Fat Five, number one. So in September, Disney is fighting back against Ron DeSantis. They are set to host a summit of Out and Equal. They're set to host a summit by Out and Equal. Okay. Described as the largest LGBTQ plus conference in the world.
And
at
Disney's
Disney
hosting.
World in Florida. Disney has had a long-standing relationship with Out and Equal, and that's the organization behind the event. It's listed on their website. The conference is designed to advance lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender rights in the workplace. According to Out and Equal website, over more than 20 years, Summit has grown, become the preferred place to network and share strategies that create inclusive workplaces.
Wonderful.
Where everyone belongs, where LGBTQ plus doesn't have AI at the end of this. It's just LGBTQ.
They're missing a Q. They're missing the A, the I, the 2 plus. I mean, come on.
I know.
It's disappointing.
Well, I don't know if the A or the extra Q or the 2 or the I are going to be able to be out and survive and thrive, but you know they are. The conference is scheduled in September. CIA will have a booth there. State Department will have a booth there. Amazon, Uber, Apple, McDonald's, Walmart, John Deere, Boeing, Hilton, and Cracker Barrel. All going to have booths at the Out and Equal Summit.
So now, if you don't have a booth there, are you a hateful hate monger who mongers in hate?
Yes. And that might not, September 11th through the 14th may not be a week to go if you're not part of the LGBTQ Out and Equal crowd.
Are they the ones who organized the initial gay day at Disney? Do you remember that?
I do, and I don't know the answer to that. They may have been. I do not know that. I'm sure probably not. This is probably a separate Out and Equal event.
Perhaps.
The original gay day is probably another proud group that sponsors Disney. Senator Bernie Sanders, Mr. Socialism. Mr. Socialism. He's charging $95 for tickets to an event promoting his new book.
I know. So great.
His new book is called It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism. But hey, you can get in and talk to Bernie for $95 because, I don't know, capitalism seems to work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's working for him. It's made him a pretty rich guy.
No doubt about that.
He makes over $1 million a year. And where's that coming from? You know, 175,000 of it comes from his
He certainly has
congressional
more
salary.
than one home.
Yes, he does. Yeah. He's doing okay for a socialist.
Yes.
Pathetic.
I know.
What a hypocrite.
Number 3 in the Fat Five, the Chewing the Fat Five. A college football coach has been suspended by the NCAA after 2 of his players lit up cigars in the locker room to celebrate winning the national championship. Tony Annese, coach of the 2022 Division II champion Ferris State Bulldogs, suspended for a future playoff game due to the infraction. Ferris State crushed the Colorado School of Mines 41-14 in the national championship game in McKinney, Texas. 2 players lit up cigars, violating the smoke-free policy at the high school stadium.
Wait, you said 41-14?
Yeah.
Is this basketball?
No.
Oh, it's football.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just hearing about
Well,
football
because
championship?
he just got he had appealed it.
Oh, okay.
After they got after him at the championships, and then this now just came back saying no.
Huh?
No, we're not.
Wow.
We're not letting you win this. So they're making him give up a future playoff game due to the infraction, and they were fined $2,500 by the NCAA and $15,000 by McKinney ISD for a cleaning bill.
Oh my gosh!
Stop it.
Wow.
2 players lit cigars while the head coach was at the podium speaking to
What
the
was
press.
he supposed to do about it?
And
While he's speaking to the press, what are you supposed to do about it?
the assistant
Come on.
coaches made them put it out right away.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So the
that's
cleaning bill was
ridiculous.
a little, probably not as much as it could have been.
Not quite as steep
Yeah.
as they got charged with. Okay. Jeez.
So it's pretty bad. Then that's the everybody was all wound up because Joe Burrow lit his cigars up, but it wasn't at a high school stadium.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So of course this is his 12th year. I mean, Ferris State from Michigan, big time school. But he said that sorry about it. I did everything I could. My assistant coaches handled it right away. So what do you want me to do?
That's a good question. What do you want him to do?
What do you want me to do?
I mean, there's nothing you could do when you're up on the podium talking to the press and you see some players, or they're probably not even in that
No,
room.
they're in the
they're in the locker
down
room.
the hall.
He's in the press conference area.
Yeah.
They're in the locker room, and you're supposed to stop them?
And apparently they were told. It's more the players' fault. I mean, I don't know how you handle it, but in the article it goes on to say that they were told before the game that, if we win, there's no cigar smoking in here.
Oh, wow.
Don't be lighting up your cigars here.
And they did it anyway.
Yeah, the two players did.
Incredible.
Yeah. Number 4 in the Chewing the Fat Five, Elon Musk reportedly emailed Twitter staff last week to remind them about the company's remote working policy. Elon sent his employees an email at 2:30 a.m. saying, "Office is not optional."
How dare he? How dare he?
Said in the memo the office was half empty yesterday. Last week, one of the days last week. And so now he's fired all these employees, and now he wants them to come into work. Yeah. My favorite part of this whole story is that the news entity making the report sent an email to the Twitter communications team, but the company laid off its communication team last week, and its press office now automatically responds to emails with a poop emoji.
Oh, man.
So there wasn't a comment coming. Now, he said back in November, I think he told them back in November that they would no longer be permitted to work remotely.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, I mean,
yeah, he said everybody needs to get back to the office by a certain time, and apparently they haven't.
I guess not. So he said in his latest, there's no way to sugarcoat this message. The economic climate and its influence on Twitter, which depends on advertising revenue. So get your ass into the office. That's me, not him, saying that. And so,
wow.
He made Tesla and SpaceX people all come back to the offices. He's like, we're back to work. Let's go. Speaking of Elon Musk, this could be 4B or 5. He also tweeted last week on April 1st. They're going to begin winding down the Legacy Verified program, removing the Legacy Verified check marks.
Oh, yeah, ours. Our check marks.
Correct. Pat Unleashed and at Jeffy JFR are Legacy blue check marks.
Yeah. Now we got to pay for it?
He said blue check mark on Twitter. Individuals can sign up for Twitter Blue here, and he gave the link. Now, I will say this. Giving April 1st the date, maybe it's an April Fool's Day joke.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't
know.
So. I don't know.
Interesting. Maybe.
Because
who's going to pay for that? What is it, $8 a month? Or is that what it is?
If you sign up on their from twitter.com.
I mean, no. This is not worth it to me to pay $8 a month. Is it to you?
No, it is not.
I mean, I don't know if
No, it is not.
I don't know if the Blaze plans to pony up $8
if the
for
Blaze
everybody.
wants to do that, that's fine.
I mean that'd be fine with me. But I mean,
they claim that if you were verified through your business, then that stays. I guess, but if the business doesn't pay, then it's not going to stay, right? I mean, if the business says no, we're not paying for everybody to have blue check marks. I do not want to pay the $8 a month though.
No,
I pay enough.
No.
I have plenty of apps,
right?
That I'm paying for every month.
We've added up that cost before.
We have.
It's steep.
We have, and I don't like that at all. And I'm trying to make some changes. I very much dislike, and they do it so you can't do what I want to do, which is disappointing. But when you get Hulu Live or YouTube TV, which had just raised their prices again, it's like $75 a month for YouTube TV.
Jeez.
So I was thinking about doing Hulu, but Hulu Live. But if I wanted to say, Pat, let's you and I split Hulu Live. Let's you and I split Hulu Live.
Yeah.
And we'll get Hulu Live and we'll get whatever deals they have.
And we just share the password.
For HBO and Disney and whatever the full package is. It's about $100 a month. You spend $50, I'll spend $50, and we'll share it. Oh, no. No, that can't happen because of the IP addresses.
Oh, really?
So there has to be a home IP address.
Oh, jeez.
So if it's a different IP address, no. No, that can't happen. I will say they won't. You can do a visiting thing, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And I can, if I have YouTube TV downloaded if I open it up on my phone and come over to your house, I can bring up a show and then share it to your TV through my screen, but I can't bring it up on yours, which is very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Isn't it though?
Yes, it is.
It is. It is.
That is. It's very disappoining. And then that's the Fat Five. We have time. I'll give you. Throw this in as an extra Fat Five today. It was sad news. They actually 7 people passed away, but we've talked a lot on this show about warehouses blowing up, trains crashing. We asked the question, what is happening? And I didn't, I'm a little ambivalent about it. But now, candy factories are starting to blow up.
Yeah, that's
I don't know what's going on. That could not happen in my America.
Gotta stop.
Now, the only footage I could find of this candy factory, they show footage of the aftermath, and they're cleaning it, and they found the people that were in the factory at the time. There were 7 of them. But the footage of it is pretty impressive. And it's from this news report here on CBS.
Breaking news out of Pennsylvania, where officials say at least 2 people are dead after an explosion right there at a candy factory.
Geez.
This video capturing the moment of that powerful blast. And right now, 5 people remain unaccounted for.
Yeah, well, those people
it happened at the R.M. Palmer Company facility in West Reading, about 50 miles outside of Philadelphia.
What happened? Why did it blow up like that?
To assess that now. I don't know.
That's bizarre. Wow.
Really?
Wasn't there a pickle factory or something too that just blew up or caught on fire? Something.
Again, Pat, I'm talking about candy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know.
Don't care about your pickles. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I realize there's every once in a while I can bite into a crunchy dill.
Yeah.
You can quote me on that, by the way.
Oh.
I can bite into a crunchy dill.
All right.
But that's
yeah, but that's not what you're talking about. You're talking candy.
Talking about candy.
Yeah.
You cannot have that. That's not acceptable in America.
It's just amazing how many food plants have been burned, blown up.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is interesting.
Because last I heard, it was closing in on 200 across the nation in the last couple of years. I mean, that's just since like 2021.
And we brought up one of the days when you were when we did overtime when you were down on Glenn's show. We talked about the different chemical spills and train crashes across America. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Of the amount of crashes that happen every day.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's like one every other day.
Yeah.
Across the country.
And usually they just don't make the news.
Right. Because it's
Usually
just, it's just another train.
Right.
We got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Bring in the crew. Oh, okay.
And a lot of these, food plants, the processing plant, food plants, chicken, eggs, wherever
it is, yeah.
whatever it is, a lot of that doesn't get any coverage either.
Yeah, it's just
for some reason.
What are we doing?
Even when it's hundreds of them now.
Yeah.
So how is that happening all the time? Coincidence? Yep, there's another fire at another chicken plant. Oh, well, it just happens. You know what I mean? It just happens.
That's what they want us to believe.
I know.
That's what they want us to believe.
Know.
I would like
somebody's messing with our food supply.
I would like to have a time traveler let us know.
Yes.
That's what I would like.
Maybe the guy from 2714 can help us with this.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah,
I would like him to let us know what's up.
Well, I mean, he's talking about all these pandemics and things, disasters that are coming. Why don't you just clue us in as to who is doing the food processing plant damage, and maybe we could stop it. How
and
about
perhaps
that?
by looking into it, the future will change.
Perhaps.
And it will get better. Mm-hmm. That's your Chewing the Fat 5, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much for it.
Daily podcast you should subscribe to wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. You been able to keep the price down?
I hate you so much. Yes, I have.
Congratulations.
Yes, I have. It is free today. Still today.
Still free.
Still free.
Get it while you can.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Got some tweets here. Dan the Man tweets, just wondering, does the latest time traveler look a little irrelevant? Like a little irrelevant Italian guy? I'm not sure of the reference there. Are you? Do you know the reference to
I do not. I mean, is
a little irrelevant Italian guy?
Is that your... Where's Nostradamus from? He's from France, right?
I believe it was France.
So that's where he... So he's not an Italian guy.
I don't think so.
So I'm not sure the reference of the little Italian guy.
Everything is
maybe
awesome.
Fauci?
Okay, maybe.
Maybe we're saying that the guy is late to the party?
Maybe.
Pandemic's already here, but we didn't kill 350
I don't know. My brain
people.
hurts just trying to figure this out.
Okay, I'll stop.
Everything is awesome tweets. If there really were time travelers, there'd be a perfect bracket. Yeah, that's probably true. Very, very true. Because you could win $1 billion with the perfect bracket. Virginia Jackhole tweets, the original Gay Day was not a Disney program, an actual Disney program. It was a social media promoted thing. Was it? Because that was a long time ago. Seems like that was before the social media explosion. But maybe. Untamed Giblets tweets, these inclusive alphabet groups are becoming more exclusive and less inclusive.
That's for sure.
Kamala Apologist tweets, here's $1 million idea for you, Jeffy.
Okay.
You should start a company where people can just have one subscription and get all the different channels and content and services, cabled together in a bundle of sorts. Not sure what to call it. But, yeah, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus is a must with Yellowstone on there.
Oh, plus, Paramount
Plus the original
Plus
Paramount.
doesn't have Yellowstone, but
Paramount does.
Paramount does.
So that's 7.
But Paramount Plus does have 1883 and the new one.
1921
or 1923 or whatever.
1923.
The Mayor of Kingstown and the new one with Kiefer Sutherland, Rabbit Hole, was really good. That started this week.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Pretty
Rabbit
good.
Hole with
Rabbit
Kiefer?
Hole, yeah.
It's good?
Pretty good. The first 2 episodes dropped this weekend. Pretty good.
I'll have to check that out. Is it a big guy show?
It kind of is a little bit too. Okay, Succession started this weekend as well.
Okay.
That is a big
you've been
guy show.
promoting that for a long time.
That is a big guy show. The final season.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, no.
Not good.
Well, I love it.
Not good for me.
I love it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I'm not large enough. You need to be a big guy for that, like a 600-pounder.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then Netflix dropped a thing called Night Agent this weekend. #1 show on Netflix.
Night Agent.
It was really good.
I've seen that.
It was really good. There's like 10
promoted.
episodes.
Yeah.
Not bad. It was a fun ride.
Okay. You watched the whole
Exciting.
thing?
It was a fun ride. It's only 10 episodes.
In one weekend? So this weekend you watched all 10 episodes. Wow. Okay. All right. That's all you have to say about it.
It's only 10 episodes.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. That's hardly any, right? I mean, in one weekend.
It's three days. What are you doing? Dude, I still had Kiefer's show to catch, and I had Succession last night.
Yeah. And the 10 episodes of
the Night Agent.
Night Agent.
What are you going to do? The wife's out of town. What am I supposed to do?
Is she?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit different, but because what else are you going to do?
Thank you.
Right?
The cleaning will wait till she gets back.
From my adjectives are fuchsia, slow, hopping tweets, why did it happen? Because Easter is coming up, and this will drive up demand and inflate the price. What is it we're talking about here? I'm not saying this is a coincidence, but...
the Candy Factory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So there you go.
Prices are through the roof.
And they are. And the prices are through the roof. It's insane what's happening with our food prices now, but... Just remember, Biden is doing a terrific job.
Thank you.
Just a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
I mean, the prices are way down from where they were way up. They've come a little bit down. I don't want to say way down, but they've come a little bit down, and that's because of him, right?
I will say.
It was the Putin price hike when they originally went up. But now it's all Joe Biden.
I will say that I paid like $3.03 a gallon for gas on Saturday.
Okay, $3.03.
And this morning it was $2.99.
Oh.
So, I mean.
Well, there you go. Down 4 cents.
It's just dropping.
4 cents a gallon. Dropping like a rock.
But it was up to $3.13, so I'm not really sure what was going on.
Last fill up for me, I think, was over $80 again. So... I mean, I'm not experiencing a huge... Savings. No.
Really?
Even with gas prices. I'm really not. No.
Yeah, but if it was down like 2 or 3 cents a gallon.
Wow, would that help? Because
you would have saved like $60.
Like $2 or something.
Oh, I don't even think
it'd go
that
from
much.
82 to 80, maybe.
I don't think you're
maybe not even that low.
you're breaking that.
All right. So Nancy Pelosi was talking about...
Oh, yeah, she was asked. There's a couple of Nancy Pelosi clips. The one clip is that she was asked a question about if she was going to serve her full 2 years. She was doing a press conference, her Nancy Pelosi press conference.
Okay.
Which, I mean, is great. I guess people still show up for whatever reason. But she was asked about if she would work the full term. And she's so inclusive, part of the Biden administration. And this is her reaction to that question.
Will you commit to serving your full 2-year term for the people of San Francisco?
What is this? Don't bother me with a question like that. Really? Really? Those kind of questions are such a waste of my time.
Why?
Why, Nancy?
Why is that a waste of your time?
You're there to answer questions.
Right.
as a representative of your district and the country.
Yeah. You can't pick what questions are asked of you. I mean, if you pick it, then they're all going to be easy questions, right? So that's pathetic. I mean, these Democrats can't handle anything
I know.
that requires a little bit of thought or introspection on their part. They just can't. Is this the same press conference where she went into how religious she is and how stalwart and faithful she is in the Catholic religion?
I mean, I don't know that. It's very possible it is.
Okay, because, I mean...
It's very possible it is.
She's a powerful Catholic.
In this story,
if you're aware of that. Powerful. Like big-time Catholic. Like everything she does is based on her faith.
I do know that.
Yeah, okay.
I do know that.
Good.
Now, in this article, they talk about how Nancy Pelosi said about her archbishop. Because she doesn't get to take communion anymore in San Francisco. Right?
Yeah.
That's how Catholic she is.
Yes, right, right, exactly. Because of her stance on abortion, she's so Catholic she goes against the church, the Catholic Church.
Right.
So that's how Catholic she is.
That's how Catholic she is. She's more Catholic than ever. She did an interview at Georgetown's Center on Faith and Justice.
Oh, beautiful.
It was more of a question and answer session with an audience and a priest. And I forgive me, I don't know the father's name, interviewed her, but he did talk about how far democracy has fallen. So I'm sure he's a great leader and teacher at the Center for Faith and Justice at Georgetown. And he, at one point, asked her about her wanting to become a nun in her early life.
Is that supposedly true? That she wanted to become a nun? I'm sorry, I don't buy that.
Sure. I don't know that she ever actually answered that. I watched quite a bit of this hour and a half little sit down at the Center for Faith and Justice, and it is agonizing.
Yeah,
but
felt that coming on.
I'll play this little segment of her where she's talking about the Archbishop, and she covers a lot of ground covering her rear end on being okay with abortion and trans people throughout this whole little sit down.
Okay.
But this is her on the Archbishop and abortion.
In terms of, we have a free will. God has given us a free will, and we have a moral responsibility to live up to that that free will and what it gives us. So, I mean, I was raised in a family that you would describe probably as pro-life, although I think I'm pro-life because I care about
this is a
children and the rest. But nonetheless, that was kind of their thing. I mean, they weren't rallying in the streets, but that's who they are. And but I would say, Mom, you said this is a matter of free will, and people have a responsibility to live up to their responsibilities. So
they have a responsibility. Pause it for a second. So they have a responsibility to live up to their responsibility. That's really good. That's powerful.
I told you it was awesome.
No, this is awesome. You're right about that.
Okay.
All right, let's see the rest. This is just excruciating.
Yeah, I have a problem with my Archbishop. Well, the Archbishop of the city that I represent. And, but I figure that's his problem, not mine, because I have 5 children, 6 years and 1 week.
So?
3 of them went to Georgetown.
What does that have to do with anything?
So I keep saying to my members, you got 5 kids in 6 years? You want to talk about this subject, okay? I would go right to the one issue, because everything else we're pretty much in sync when it talks about the social compact of the Catholic bishops and the rest.
That's everything else is pretty much in sync, except for that one thing. They are willing
to abandon the bulk of it because of one thing.
Yeah, what is that one
thing,
Nancy?
And that's the fight that we have. Today.
That one thing. Pause it for a second. That one thing. You know, murdering children. They're all hung up, these bishops, on murdering children. I don't know. I don't get it. You know, it's just one thing.
That one thing.
All right. Yes, I'm in favor of. I didn't commit murder. I
had 6 children.
I had 6 children.
5 years and 1 week.
And but if you want to kill your children, that's perfectly up to you. It's your free will. Go ahead. Asinine. I mean, what we're expected to buy into
The
here.
one thing.
It's just one thing. That's all.
That could be enough. As she goes on to talk about
pretty
how
big thing. All right, well, let's see the rest of it. Now that we're this deep into it, why not?
it's the whole thing is an hour and a half or so, almost 2 hours. It's really good.
Oh, bad.
Just as good as this.
Let's see the rest.
Affordable Care Act is something I'm very, very, very proud of.
Me too.
But all I can say about how we passed that is thank God for the nuns.
The nuns.
Thank God for the nuns.
Okay. Remember the nun rallies for the Affordable Care Act?
I do.
Protests
Everywhere.
by all the
man.
nuns. Everywhere you went, there were nuns
Not here,
protesting
not there.
for the Affordable Care Act. I was so sick of seeing nuns for the Affordable Care Act that I don't know.
She had nuns on her mind because that's what, prior to that is where he had asked about her wanting to be a nun. And like I said, I don't think she ever really answered it because she went off on something about a priest. She was like, "Oh yeah, a nun, yeah, a nun, but a priest, And then she went off on some strange rant about priests.
Weird. Wow. Yeah, but thank goodness for the nuns. I'll never forget how they got the Affordable Care Act passed. I'll never forget that. I mean,
we went from that
obvious.
one thing. That one thing. Just
one thing.
Hung up on that one thing.
Yeah, these dang bishops in their thing with murder.
I think that's his problem, not mine.
Right.
Hung up on that one.
It's so silly. Killing babies. Just because I advocate for that.
I have kids.
Yeah.
I have kids. What do you want from me? You come to me with this worry about that one thing. That one thing. I have kids. She won't say it. That's for sure.
No, she won't.
She won't say it.
No, she won't. She won't say even abortion.
Yeah.
She didn't say. The whole time that we watched anyway.
Yeah, no, she never does.
All right.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah,
amazing. And that whole, Georgetown.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know. It's a Catholic university, right? Isn't it?
As far as I know, yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
And no one is more Catholic than Nancy Pelosi. We've learned that.
Yes,
that's for
we
sure.
have. Yeah,
well,
Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden.
Except for that one thing.
Yeah. And they're both super, super mega Doppler Catholic. Except for that one thing.
I'll get off
Except
on
for
that
murdering
one thing.
children. That's the only thing.
That one thing.
Dang it. There's just one thing. Get over it. So what if they want people to murder children? Then they support that. Come on. Get over it. All you bishops. And thank goodness for those nuns in the Affordable Care Act. Am I right?
That's what saved it. That's what saved it was the nuns.
All right, let me tell you about Eden Pure. They're having their famous BOGO deal on thunderstorm air purifiers. One listener wrote, "Makes a huge difference in our cat litter box stink. I just wish I waited for the BOGO deal. I need another one." Well, now is that time. BOGO is back. You buy one, you get one. So when you buy one thunderstorm, you get one free. No matter how many you buy, you get an equal amount free. Buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 5, you get 5 free. The thunderstorm will completely eliminate any odor. Doesn't just cover it up or perfume it. Even the worst odors like pet, cigarette smoke, urine, and cooking odors. Now's the time to order. Eden Pure's buy one, get one free sale is this week only. So take advantage of it right now while you can. With over 300,000 thunderstorms sold and countless 5-star reviews, you know it works. People are buying several for around their home and as gifts. Just go to Eden Pure Deals, EDENPURE, EdenPureDeals.com. Use the discount code PAT. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT. Shipping is free. Got some tweets here. ARHZ tweets. They just had another baby food plant shut down. Not aware of that. Is that
I'm
true?
aware of. I mean, the Abbott factory closed down, and then they reopened, and then they closed because of some flooding, and then they reopened again, I thought, and then they shut down again after some more investigations. What I could find was that they closed again in January of this year.
And are they still closed?
I guess. I haven't seen anything else reported on them. If this is a new one, then it's not been reported except for here. You heard it here first.
There you go.
From our Twitter family at Pat Unleashed, because I'm not aware of it.
And from Brad Lincecum, the time traveler from 2714 won't be able to help us with the food chain sabotage. The Democrats would have removed that from the history books by then. Okay. Squatching Duck tweets, I have a bundle service that gets you the content from almost all sources, but it's not exactly legal.
Well, listen.
All right. Yes?
That's wrong, is what it is. It's wrong.
Thank you for saying so. Of course it is.
I won't hear of it. Email me, chewingthefatoftheblaze.com.
But, I mean, if you could bundle legally now, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Blaze TV. You know, the big ones, and, you know, get it for a reasonable price.
What would that be? And I'm not being funny. I'm asking, what would that be? Because, okay, let's say, like, Paramount Plus. Really? I mean, I like 4 or 5 shows on there. The other shows I can get other places.
Yeah.
And I have
to include Paramount Plus.
Me
That's
too.
kind of a must for me
and
now.
The sad thing is I have not upgraded my Paramount Plus, so I have it with commercials. Ooh.
I hate that.
I hate that. I'm not willing to pay more than what I'm paying.
Me too. So I'm already paying, I don't know, it's well over $100, I know.
Well, I had Paramount. The reason I had Paramount Plus free for a year.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I put it up. I put the re-update on the wrong date, my calendar. So then I just got billed for it. It's like $5 a month or something. I was like, what? My year's up. And then I was like, whatever.
Right. That's $5.
It's $5.
That's another $5. But then you add
everything is another $5 though.
Now Disney Plus. Do you need that one? You probably. I mean, do you?
We have it.
Yeah, we do too. So that's a bunch.
But I share that. Shh.
You share it?
Yeah. Shh.
Oh, I bet.
I share that.
I know who you share that with. Yeah.
I
don't know. What is a reasonable price?
I don't know. I honestly,
7 or 8 of the top ones. Plus, I have cable. I still have that.
Holy cow! That's a big chunk.
Yeah, it's the bundled. You know, you got the internet. Used to have the phone.
I just have internet, and that ain't cheap.
No, it's not.
I just have internet from the company that I used to have cable on, and they provide me with some of the best internet service.
Do they? Do they really?
That's what their emails tell me. Their emails tell me once a month what a great job they're providing for me.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
I've been listening to them. I'm still paying them.
Yeah, me too. So, but I don't know, $75 for 7 of them. Let's say 70. Yeah, so it's about $10 a piece. I'm there.
Okay.
I would do that.
Okay.
If you could bundle 7 of the top services, and you get to pick which ones, then for $75, I would do that.
Okay.
And a heartbeat.
Okay. So if you could get a company, say like Roku, to say you get to choose what apps you use on our service.
Yeah.
For $75, and that would be either Netflix, Hulu,
Amazon.
Well, but see, Amazon Prime is a separate thing.
No, it's got to be included. Amazon's got to be included.
But with Amazon comes Amazon Prime.
Yeah, well, of course
they bundle.
That's the only thing I want is Amazon Prime.
I know, but they have not broken that up.
Well, tough. I want it bundled with the rest
Somebody
of them.
get Bezos on the phone. Jeff, what are you doing?
Yeah,
killing me.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll just ask him. We'll get him on the phone. We'll get him on the horn.
Just make it happen.
And we'll ask him.
And speaking of Bezos, why hasn't he bought the Washington Redskins or the Washington Commanders yet? What's the problem?
No. I didn't know he was considering that.
He's not. As far as I know, everyone is thinking he is, but he's not. He's not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's never on any other list.
Maybe he's just not interested.
What's his problem?
He's not interested. Why?
Buy the team.
Why doesn't Elon Musk buy the team then?
No, I mean, Jeff Bezos, he's Washington. He's got a Washington Post.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Let's
true.
buy it. What are you
does
doing?
make some sense for him.
Let's buy the team.
From Lutheran housewife, can you imagine how much better the world would be right now if Nancy Pelosi had followed through on her supposed plans to become a nun? And then she could have fought for the Affordable Care Act with the rest of the nuns that you just couldn't get away from. Man, those nuns were in our face all the time on Obamacare. I'll never forget that.
She was in our face for that damn Affordable Care Act.
Well, she was, but it was more the nuns, really, that were really driving that home. It's like, okay, nuns, stop. I get it. We're going to save $2,500 per year per family.
There weren't just nuns everywhere.
Is that how I'm making it sound?
Affordable Care Act.
Huh. Weird.
Wait, she still really angers me with her, just the one thing, except for that one.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That one thing.
Yeah, no big deal. I'm just in favor of killing babies. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
That one thing.
Yeah, just that one little teeny thing.
Murder thing.
Whatever.
Darn it.
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. All right, it's day 6 of Pat held hostage. Day 6. Again. No invite on the Glenn Beck program. Do you have the update?
I don't. It's 4.
Yeah, we didn't even update it Friday.
But we know it took place.
It was day 5 of Pat held hostage. This is day 6 now. We just officially found out. Day 6. Pat held hostage.
Oh, man.
Wow.
This is
How long will this go on?
This is tough.
Who knows? I mean, it was all last week.
That's tough to read.
There it is. It is. It is. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. It's painful. What are you going to do?
Let's go to the tour board.
Yeah. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. Really. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Man, it's just awful, horrific tornadoes over the weekend.
Ooh.
Jeez. Mississippi and Georgia, hardest hit. So far, 26 people have been confirmed dead. Really, really sad. And some of these tornadoes were apparently a mile wide.
Yeah.
That is,
I mean, just destroying
horrific. Yeah, just wiped out a city or a little town.
Completely gone, yeah.
You imagine a mile wide. So when that sets down, I mean, that's taking everything out within a mile. Were these EF5s?
Some were. I don't think there was a 5. There were 4s. There were multiple 4s.
Plenty strong enough.
Yes, absolutely.
And of course, the global warming people will be saying this is because of global warming, climate change,
is it?
Whatever. And of course, no, it isn't. Do you know that? And when you go to the IPCC or you pin down scientists, people who really know the statistics, and you ask them about tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, droughts, not the same as ever. They're at the same level as ever. Are they more frequent and more deadly, stronger than ever, more intense? No, they're. In fact, in some cases, they're less intense and less frequent. But that doesn't help the people who've been devastated by these particular tornadoes.
No, it does not.
Really, really sad. There was an interesting weather report from this meteorologist in Mississippi who was talking about these powerful storms, and he just became overcome at one point.
Yeah.
And here's what happened.
Oh, man. Dear Jesus, please help them. Amen. Okay. So.
Just a quick little prayer. Dear Jesus,
is he still
please help them. Still, as far as I know, he has not been fired for that. Can you imagine?
No.
I think that's pretty nice.
That's awesome.
That's great stuff.
He was when you. I mean, obviously, I wasn't watching the Mississippi weather report, but when that clip that came from, he was talking about where the tornadoes were. You should be sheltered, and you obviously was telling people, you trust me too much. These tornadoes could change direction.
Right.
If
because I say they're coming one place doesn't mean they can't turn and go another place.
So if you're close or anywhere in that area, you need to
get in your
shelter now. And he was looking at the devastation that was going to happen when he became, like, oh man.
Yeah. Really something. But you're right. At some television stations, that guy would be out of a job.
I don't know.
Not in Mississippi, but maybe in Detroit or New York or Los Angeles.
We joke around about it, but I don't know that that's the case, really. I
think it is. I think it is.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like...
You think they let that slide?
I think they would.
In any city?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the thralls of such devastation.
Yeah. Maybe you let that go.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'd like to believe that anyway.
Then you go ahead. You go ahead and believe that.
Thank you.
I think that'd be nice. Yeah, okay. That'd be nice.
I'll tell you another thing. Why
it's America. You can go ahead and believe what you want to believe.
Well, I'll tell you another thing.
All right, tell me another thing.
I would bet.
Yeah.
All the money that you have.
That I have.
All the money that you have.
That's not much.
I don't have any money. Mm-hmm. But all the money that you have, that weatherman.
Yeah.
Or weather person.
Yes.
Believes in against the one thing.
Oh, he's pro-life?
He's probably against the one thing. And we cannot have that.
Is he against the one thing, like being against killing babies?
Yes.
Yeah, so he is pro-life.
That's right.
I can almost guarantee that guy is pro-life.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes.
100%.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. You can kind of tell, can't you?
You kind of can.
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to call him and ask him if he really wanted to know definitively. And I don't know if he'd tell us, but my guess is, pro-life guy.
He might not tell us.
Meanwhile, Democrats' Inflation Reduction Act could cost roughly $1.2 trillion in green energy subsidies, more than 4 times the initial government forecast. Oh, now that's according to what? Fox News? No, Bloomberg, citing analysts from Goldman Sachs. The Congressional Budget Office initially forecast that the law, cornerstone of Biden's efforts to decarbonize the U.S. economy, would cost the government $370 billion. That's the number they give us all the time. That's the number that he brags about. $370 billion.
Right.
Now, according to this estimate, it's probably 4 times that much.
Of course. I mean,
and that's what happens every single time.
Right. Right. Of course. He's not telling us the truth about anything. And
no, he's not.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly right. Because nobody's going to pin him down on it. Who's going to pin him down? And say, hey, according to analysts at Goldman Sachs and Bloomberg reporting, it's going to be 4 times the number you keep giving.
That's not true.
And that's all he'd say. And that's where it would be left.
That's not true.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking about.
And then
you're going to take their word over mine?
Yes. Yeah. In a heartbeat. All right. Let me tell you about Birch Gold Group. Buy gold and get a free safe to store it in right now. Yeah, on qualifying purchases from Birch Gold Group now through March 31st, which is just the end of this week, they'll ship a free safe directly to your door. Just text PAT to 989-898 to get your free info kit on gold and to claim eligibility for your free safe. Here's the deal. The feds keep raising rates because, it's the only tool that they they have to keep inflation under control, and it's not working. You can't spend your way out of inflation, and that's what they're trying to do. You've seen the impact on the stock market. You've seen the impact on your savings. You've seen the impact on the banks that are failing. Man, the uncertainty that this has created presents new lessons to be learned. Hedge inflation by owning gold right now. Whether physical gold and silver in your safe or through an IRA, precious metals, where you can hold real gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account. Birch Gold has an A-plus rating with the BBB. They have thousands of satisfied customers. So, today, text PAT to 989-898 for your free info on gold and to claim eligibility for your free home safe by March 31st on qualifying purchases. Again, text PAT to 989898.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Have you seen a picture of the giant hole in the sun? They don't know what's going on. But NASA astronomers spotted a gaping black region on the sun.
The sun has a zit?
No, it's more of a hole. It's a coronal hole.
Oh.
Looks as if somebody blew a hole right through the star. And its appearance spurred NOAA to issue an alert for geomagnetic storms. The hole isn't really a hole, but it's a rather large region, much cooler than the rest of the sun, causing it to appear black. So that's what it is. And it's the size of 20 to 30 Earths.
That's it, though.
Yeah, just 20 to 30 Earths. I wouldn't worry about it. The current coronal hole, the big one right now, is about 300,000 to 400,000 kilometers across. So that could be 3 to 4 feet.
That's what I'm saying. It's nothing.
That could be 7 billion miles. No idea. There's no way to tell. But Alex Young from NASA's Goddard Heliophysics Science Division,
love those guys,
said that's about 20 to 30 Earths lined up back to back. There's nothing to worry about, though, when it comes to a coronal hole appearing in the sun. It's stunning to look at, and thankfully, that's what most of us will get from it. Now, I wouldn't look directly at the sun and try to find this.
I thought we weren't supposed to.
Yeah, I don't know what you would do to look at it, because that's going to burn your retina out, and I don't recommend it, frankly. Okay.
I've seen footage of the tornadoes coming off up on the sun, the big coronal tornadoes.
Coronal tornadoes?
Yeah, I think that's what they were called. I can't remember but they were talking about the giant tornadoes shooting off the sun, and they've had other explosions shoot off that we've seen, or at least maybe it was just a recreation from NASA, but I mean they were showing us what it was like, but not like this. I mean, I would say that this concerns me more than the tornadoes.
It seems like a concern.
The sun.
They're saying we shouldn't worry about it. And then they say, well, it could cause geomagnetic storms. Well, okay, that's a problem. Geomagnetic storms mess up the Earth. I don't know if you're aware of that, but yeah, that's not good. So,
and does that kill all the satellites orbiting the globe, or just the ones that
Just ours, probably. Just the U.S.'s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody else's are fine.
Well,
don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. Then we have this great story about a transgendered individual, identifies as female, reportedly broke down into tears after breaking down from being punched in the testicles by a TSA agent at JFK Airport in New York.
That's no fun for anyone, no matter what you identify
I don't
as.
care who you are. That just is not a pleasant happening at all. The transgendered individual goes by the name of Mara, reportedly took to social media to vent their frustration after the incident. They wrote, "Hi, so a TSA agent at JFK Airport punched me in the genitalia." What? That's kind of weird.
That is kind of weird.
That's very weird.
I've been patted down by
me
a
too.
couple of TSA agents.
But I've never been punched in the genitalia.
I've been wanted by a couple of TSA agents.
Yes, me as well.
But I have not been punched in the groin or anywhere else, actually.
No. So claims to have been punched in the genitalia and that the TSA agent yelled at me for having a penis and humiliated me in front of everyone.
There's no way that's true.
After I told her to please stop. The TSA agent followed me into the women's bathroom and began talking to me about a coworker while I sobbed in a stall. This doesn't seem right, does it?
No, it does not.
Afterwards, Morrow reportedly posted something that shed more light on their condition, claiming that the TSA agent berated them for their identity and that they were still physically recovering from the encounter. She claimed that the TSA agent yelled at me for having a penis and that my, I'm going to say giblets, and that my giblets hurt so bad. She used a different word.
No way that's true.
It seems hard to believe that a TSA agent is going to punch you there.
I am not a fan of the TSA agents.
No, I'm not either.
Speak of overall
I
in general.
Not either.
I'm sure there's many fine TSA agents that are fine, upstanding people.
I'm sure that's true. I just don't appreciate what they do every day because it's unnecessary. And it's random and it's stupid. Why do I have to go through that scanning machine every single time rather than just go through, the metal detector?
Yeah.
Every time I am redirected to the big machine.
Ask for it.
You ask for the big machine?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because I have a knee replacement and I don't want to deal with anything. Just put me in the thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't want to go through the naked machine.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't want to do it. But I have to every single time. And I have to take my shoes off, which is asinine.
Oh, that's just stupid.
Well, really? You think my shoes are going to explode?
It's just stupid. One guy.
It's stupid. One guy a long time ago. And, I guess we still have to watch for that because somebody's shoes could explode on a flight.
And by the way, the guy that did have the exploding shoe didn't work.
It didn't even happen.
It didn't work.
Right. Right. So now, ever since then, we're forced to take off our shoes, take off our coats, put my cell phone in one thing and my iPad in another.
Different containers.
I know. Just, so stupid. And it just keeps going, too. And again, it's all random. It's not like the Israelis do it, where they look for certain signs of problems. And that's why the Israelis are so well protected on their flights now, because they do it in a real way. They're not doing it randomly. They're actually looking for something.
Although I will say that the man down the hall, Mr. Beck and myself, were taken out of the line and seriously gone over.
But that's wasn't there some problem though? There was a problem,
Don't
right?
bog me down with facts.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what I am not a terrorist.
Right.
And
but they treated you like
yes.
terrorists because you had some issue with your equipment.
They were actually really nice, but we went through. We went through.
That was a long time ago, too.
Yes, it was.
What, 20-some years ago?
Gosh, yeah. Holy cow! I guess it was that long ago now, wasn't it?
Long time, yeah. Because the last time we went to Israel, there were no incidents like that.
Well, except that we didn't fly.
El Al. No, we did not.
Into Israel last time.
No, that's true. That is true.
That was a little different.
Yeah. But, you should be looking for something at the airport.
Yes, 100%.
Not just randomly 100%. Saying, all right, you are the fourth person who passed by. Right. You have to go here.
And
that
I will
doesn't make any sense.
And because we went through such a high-level security, when we boarded the plane, the pilot actually came out and said hello. he talked to us.
Oh.
And I felt like that was I while I knew what he was doing, I appreciated it.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and said, "Hey, how you doing? I know you guys, you went through quite a bit." And I knew it. Obviously, the pilot's getting a look at the people that they've cleared, make sure that I get any weird vibes from the fat man or not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'd like to. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Can I have regular silverware when we eat on your airplane, please? Yes.
And do they do that?
Yeah.
On El Al?
Yeah.
You get regular silverware. Wow. And if somebody was going to do pretend silverware, it should be the Israelis. Right? I mean, they have much more reason than we do to
I hear they're protesting in Israel these days. Yeah, I think
it's because of
Netanyahu
some judge
some guy.
thing.
Netanyahu fired some guy, and the people they claim are all wound up of because he fired him. Okay.
Yeah. Netanyahu's kind of controversial this time around.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not sure why.
I do.
Why?
Because he liked Trump.
Because he liked Trump. Really?
I
That
believe
might be
that.
it.
I actually believe
that might be it.
Anybody that had any good relations with Donald Trump, you are
persona non grata now.
You're on the outs, man.
Yeah, that's probably true. Also, the Biden administration, aided by its green energy allies, is now invading, of course, American families' personal space with its coming regulatory crackdown on gas stoves.
Excellent. Because I thought they said that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, but it is. It's happening.
I know, but they said,
no,
we're not going to attack your gas stove.
Except they are. The kitchen is the epicenter of everybody's home, said Tim Stewart, U.S. Oil and Gas Association president. He said it's where parents teach their kids. You gather around the center island and eat together. This is a place where all the teaching takes place. And this green movement is knocking on our front doors and working its way to the center of our homes. That's really true. The aggressive new regulatory reach straight into the heart of American domestic life really bothers people, he said. It's an invasion of their personal space. You have a gas stove?
Yes.
Or electric?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do too. It's gas. And
Which was nice when we lose power, that we actually are still able to, I don't know, cook and boil water that we can drink.
Right.
Just those silly things.
I'm surprised only 38% of U.S. households have gas stoves. 38%?
Yeah, but how many? I know how many restaurants?
Have gas?
I would say
gas stoves. Probably almost all of them.
Any commercial ovens or something, or gas, right?
Right. But the DOE rule would ban 84% of the gas stoves they're testing as not being efficient enough. So,
not only are they, because New York is getting ready to pass their gas ban, right?
Yeah.
On existing, on new homes, and so because we won't go after the existing homes yet, and so now the feds are saying, they're not coming after your gas stoves. They're just going after the makers.
Yeah.
So you aren't be able to get any new ones. That'll be different.
And it's going to affect people with not the high end, obviously. The high end, like Viking and Sub-Zero, they're going to be efficient enough. It's the other models that most people own.
Yeah, that they can afford.
That they can afford that are going to be hit the hardest. And it will save, get this new efficiency will save people $4 a year. $4. So, congratulations.
That's how efficient it is. That's $4
It's going to
a
save
year.
you a total of $4 per year. Don't spend that all in one place, man.
What is that?
You break that down per month.
Yeah, what is that per month?
Divide 4 by 12.
It's just
what? 30 cents a month or something.
I mean, that much? Is it that much?
Probably not.
I mean, holy cow.
Are you looking?
Yeah, hold on. I had to find my calculator.
I mean, that's asinine.
Yeah, you're 33.
33 cents. That was pretty close. 33 cents a month. So it's not about savings. It's not about your health. It's about controlling you.
What are you going to do with that extra 33 cents?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I might save it and then just blow it all at the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Take all $4 and just go buck wild at the end of the year. All right. We'll see you on Overtime and again tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.